Yo, what's good with y'all, chat? I got another Demon Slayer video here for y'all today. I know. I've been going for a few days. I know I said I was gonna be a bit more consistent, but some stuff picked up, and I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things, if you get what I'm saying. So today, we will be ranking the 9 base Hashira. This is without any amps like Demon Slayer Mark, or even Tengen's musical score technique are rage amps and mental amps, right? So, without further ado, let's get right into it, right? Let's start off with getting the easy ones out the way, which is the last pick. Number ninth, the weakest, is Shinobu, right? Now, Shinobu actually, throughout the story, does not get stronger or trained as far as we are concerned as an audience, right? So, Shinobu, from all her feats, we can get her pretty up there. Again, her feats against Doma are good, but you gotta take into consideration that she did not train during the Hashira training arc, right? So this is the same Shinobu that was in the Rui arc that got beat by Giyu. So technically speaking, she shouldn't have gotten stronger from that point on. So she's the same strength. So as far as we're concerned, she would still be at that level, which I feel like everybody on the list has way better feats and has way better scaling to get them above that point of like that scaling, since that's like early off in the series, like that's pretty bad, right? So that's what Shinobu, right? Again, for everybody that loves Shinobu, not with her mental amp. With her mental amp, it is a completely different story, but without it, she actually is pretty bad, right? So, number 8 is Muichiro. Again, another character that would be completely different on here if he had his mark. But Muichiro actually does demonstrate pretty solid feats. Um, as he fights Gyoko, he is able to react to him, but also at the same time, this is a Gyoko that is pretty much bored and at this point not trying and just takes Muichiro out easily. So that's why he's so low on the list, is because he got taken out by him so fast. Again, better, I'd probably still say better scaling than Shinobu, because Shinobu doesn't have a lot of feats to put her higher than anybody else on the list. But I'd still probably put Muichiro this high, due to the fact that that was slightly impressive for him to be able to still tag Gyoko. But that leaves the next spot, which is number 7, and that is Tengen. I have Tengen above them because, again, way more concrete scaling than both of these two. Even in his base, he's still able, even in his base, he's still able to keep up with Gyutaro and Daki, and with their conjoint attacks. Also, he does this while poisoned as well, so while he's constantly getting nerfed, he's still performing to um, help Tanjiro not die and also fight Gyutaro at the same time. And I say that Gyutaro is above that version of Gyoko, and so is Tengen. I feel like, yeah, they probably wouldn't get no death bomb completely like that. So yeah, I'd probably have Tengen and Gyutaro over at Gyoko. So I'd have them both over Muichiro as well. And with number 6, it's Mitsuri. Mitsuri is kind of self-explanatory. In her base, she was able to keep up with Zohakuten and literally be relative with him to the point where she could play defense and offense and absolutely be on the same playing field as him before she gets her mark and she's able to push him back. But yeah, Mitsuri was going relative with upper mode force, so I feel like she rightfully so deserves this spot up here at her base, right? And next we have number 5. Now, number 5 is Obanai, right? Now, the thing with Obanai is his base scaling is a little bit weird. It's honestly a little bit weird, right? So we don't get a lot about Obanai in the first place, right? But we are aware that Mitsuri likes strong people, right? So with the narrative being built up that she likes strong people, if she loves Obanai, that's kind of hinting that Obanai's stronger than Mitsuri. So he's up here because of that. He's up there because of that, and that's one of the only reasons why. He also does have some solid feats in base, but he kind of caps out at Nakame a little bit because he can't get past there, which is unfortunate. But he still should be above at least base Mitsuri, at the bare minimum, at least base Mitsuri, right? So next on the spot we have Gyu. Gyu in his base was able to compete with Sanemi in his base, so they should be slightly relative at least before Infinity Castle, because I don't know what happens. Man, the difference between the Hashira training arc and Infinity Castle Sanemi is actually pretty like stupid. Um, but that's besides the point. We'll get into that a little bit later. But Gyu was able to go relative with a base Akaza, and then Compass Needle Akaza as well. But of course, this Akaza is holding back. Yeah, that's very clear since he's able to pick up his speed when Gyu gets his mark. So Gyu is fighting a holding back Akaza that we can't tell is amped up because we don't know what Gyu's battle spirit is looking like, or we don't know if Gyu's battle spirit is high or not, right? So with the next spot, literally right above him is Rengoku. Now, Rengoku is a sleeper pick. People don't realize Rengoku is like actually extraordinarily strong for being how early he died off in the series. Rengoku fights an Akaza that should be stronger than the Akaza Gyu fought. Due to the fact that we actually do know that the like his battle spirit should amp Akaza. Because we know that he has a great battle spirit like that Akaza comments on. So he should be at least full power. I am one of those people that are like, there is a chance that Akaza was holding back, but it's kind of pointing to the fact that he wasn't, due to the fact that he's trying to actively kill Rengoku as well, even though he's trying to tell him to become a demon. It's a flip floppy argument, but at the same time, this Akaza would still be more amped than the other Akaza that was holding back. Regardless of both of them are, if you want to say both of them are holding back, one is being amped more than the other with the combat signal as well. So that's why I have Rengoku over Gyu. It is like I think it's very very close, like very close with those two in particular. Two is Sanemi, which is a clear choice because he, besides the other two that have scaling to Akaza in his base form, Sanemi has scaling to base Kokushibo somewhat. Although he, gets beaten by him and gets outclassed, he is still able to somewhat put up a good fight and not go relative with him, but hold himself a bit without dying instantly, right? Which is actually a pretty good feat going up against Upper Moon 1. So even if you want to like lowball this feat of him going or being able to survive and fight with Kokushibo in his base form, regardless, Sanemi would still be above Rengoku and Gyu at the bare minimum above them, right? At the bare minimum, he should be above those two very clearly and easily. So, and I honestly do want to touch up on that because I think that's crazy. Because if Sanemi and Gyu went relative and kind of stalemated in the Hashira training arc, that kind of means in a way that either Sanemi was holding back or like something was going on. Cause you're telling me Sanemi just is snapping off on Upper Moon 1 a little bit. He didn't win, of course, but he didn't die immediately, which is still a good feat. Now, of course, number one is Yome, the strongest Hashira. He has multiple statements of just being the strongest Hashira before anybody gets their mark. Base Gyome also does way better against Kokushibo than Sanemi. And although people want to bring up the fact that, he had to activate his mark, I do want to speak on that very quickly. He did not have to activate his mark. It's the fact that humans have limited stamina, and fighting Kokushibo at his level, knowing that he probably wouldn't have been able to progress, like actually get any damage in if he's in his base form. Like, it would just be like he's continuously fighting him until his stamina gets gone. No, he needs to make progress and get stronger, so he activated his mark to get the upper hand on Kokushibo, which in a way worked. I mean, he started pressing him. So I do think base Gyome is over the rest by like a gap. Like you put all of them there and now it's a gap. I think base Gyome could probably beat them all in their mark forms, which actually brings an interesting video that's coming up. So that was my base Hashira ranking. If you liked it, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts and your arguments if you have a different base Hashira ranking. As long as Tengen is in top three, I probably will agree with it. If you have Tengen top 3 or 4, I'm gonna have to block you on everything, and you can't see my channel no more. But if you like this type of video, subscribe and like. I'd appreciate it. On the road to 3K this year, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.